Hello everyone. Hello, hi, good evening. It is me, Sophie. We are here for, you guessed it, our reading wrap up. Listen, I may have not read one of the books that I said that I was gonna read. Oh my gosh, English. And I swapped it out with another book. So I technically still read like 3 out of 5 books for this month, technically, or like digested mentally like 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 books, sorry, but they weren't, one of them was not one that I said that I was going to read in the last video, because your girl is a mood reader and I be really bad about it. So we're gonna talk about the books. I'm gonna talk about my reviews. I'm gonna explain why I reviewed it that way, and like what made me review it that way. And then I might just mention a couple of the books that I didn't read, so that way, in case you're like, what books is she talking about, you'll know. So we're just gonna kind of hop into it. So super fun. Yes. So the first book that I'm going to be mentioning is, gosh, what is it? A Strange Hymn by Thalassa. That book I had on my Nook, but unfortunately my Nook is on like 6%, and I cannot find the second book for the life of me. So yes. I am having issues finding that, so we're just gonna talk about it. I'll probably put like a screenshot or something, whatever. I don't know how to edit, so we'll see how this goes. And basically, the book is taking off from what happened in the first book whenever Callie gets like captured and stuff. She's basically freed by her man Boo, the King of Night, Desmond? Desmond. He goes by Des for short. That's just what she calls him. And so he's like the fake King of Night, and she's basically like his mate, and some stuff has happened to her that she's like trying to come to terms with, on top of like mentally and emotionally healing from the trauma that she experienced. And while in the process of doing that, Desmond, as the King of Night, has to like go to like this fairy ball court thing and basically save face. And because she's his mate, she has to go with him, things like that. While they're there, they figure out a lot of stuff that relates to like what was going on in the first book with his kingdom. Because if you don't remember, he basically like, how do I explain it? In the first book, he basically was like, hey, you're a private investigator. I need you to help me solve this thing that's happening to my people. And apparently it's been happening to everyone's people, not just like the Night Kingdom's people. And so they're starting to get like more answers, and they're starting to see more things going on with, with that. And it leads to some things being discovered, and a lot of crazy stuff happens, so we love that. And then obviously it's gonna get crazier as the series progresses. I feel like I'm hoping it, like, I'm hoping for that happily ever after type thing. I'm pretty sure she writes happily ever afters. I'm hoping, dude. I'm hoping. So yeah, I gave her like 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was so hard to put that book down. I'm not gonna lie. I would have like nights where like I was alone and I just sit and read, right? And I love those nights because I get so much done. I get so much done, and it's so great. But that is that book. And yeah, 4 stars. I liked all of it, honestly. I just really like Thalassa's writing. It just resonates with me. And she is an adult novelist, so definitely if you are a preteen and stuff like that, not for you, dude. She is not middle grade, right? Like, there's explicit scenes, not for children. I just feel like I have to preface that because I am an adult. I do read adult novels. Not all of them have sexual content, but like a lot of them do because, you know, it's adults being adults. Blah, blah, blah. Right? So, yeah, there's that. And then we're going to go into the audiobooks that I had listened to that was part of my TBR. And then the second book I finished was A Soul to Keep by, I think, Opal. I think that's her name. I can't remember exactly, but it's the first book in the Duskwalker Bride series. It's basically monster romance. There's a lot of adult themes, a lot of like horror. I say horror elements loosely because it didn't read as a horror to me. It just was like very graphic with a lot of stuff. She was graphic. So there's that. And it was very like cozy and just like a lot of fun. Sorry, BRB. Sorry, I had to do a check because I thought I heard someone knock on the door. But here we go with what I was talking about, A Soul to Keep. So basically that book is very much like, it's kind of like a cozy cottage in the middle of the woods type of romance. Obviously it's got monster stuff in it, you know, among other things. And it's just, man, it talks in the first book about like basically how demons, I think they're called demons, like monsters came to be in the world, and it talks about like how it's affected civilizations and the things that they have to do to like keep themselves safe because the monsters can smell fear. Listen, I thought that was really cool. Also, one of the things that keeps her alive is the fact that she is not as prone to fear as like other people. Like, it just doesn't come off of her the same way. And you know, the main monster dude, Orpheus, finds that very interesting. So he's like, I'll pick that one. I'll take the bad omen. Because the village has deemed her a bad omen because her whole family was killed and not her, basically. Very sad, but like, it's okay. She'll have her moment. And so she leaves with him. They go, there's like a lot that happens. It's very steady though, and it's very cute, it's very cozy, it's very much like them getting to know each other, and it's kind of like romantic in a sense, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I am a sucker for romance. And there's a part where like she gets kidnapped. I'm not gonna say any more than that, and like that is a really good sequence of the book. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I really loved, what's her name? I think her name's Rhea. Yeah, her name's Rhea.
This kind of like it is this. I'm going to help you like do the footsteps and the faces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Now I need help.
Oh, you need help?
No.
Okay, give me just a second.
I can't.
BRB. But I gave that one, I think, like a 4.5 stars because I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was just super cute, super fun. I thought
I found it.
Good job, Eddie. I'm glad. I thought the fantastical elements were really interesting. I liked the lore behind how some of the monsters were created and how they just kind of like came to be, as well as like just kind of society. I really enjoyed that. The fact that like, I don't know, it's just really good. I really enjoyed it. Again, adult themes. I know monster romance is not for everybody, but it was definitely for me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be listening to the second book, because the audiobook was really good. I wish I had like physical copies to read, because I prefer, if I can, reading physical, but sometimes I just really enjoy an audiobook. So yeah, that's that book. And then the last book that I will be mentioning, and then we'll go into like honorable mentions / books that I'm taking into April after this. So the last book that I finished was A Lesson in Vengeance, and basically it's a dark academia book based around this area, or this like school where like these witches were killed because of them doing witchcraft or whatever. And this girl, I forgot what her name was, but the main girl basically is descended from one of the witches through like family, birth, blood, whatever. And so she has kind of like, and she's like rich, so she has like, you know, the birthright thing to like go to this school because it's a private school sort of thing. Anyway, she has to leave and then come back because of personal reasons. Her girlfriend, I think it says in the synopsis, died. I'm trying to like be as little spoilery, as minimal spoilers as possible, because I don't like it if I don't have to, so that's why I'm kind of like but yeah, whenever she comes back from taking her little break, she meets this girl that is a very young published author, and she's going to school there to like learn about the witches and things like that, and like have it benefit her novel basically. And oh man, okay, it's really good. It's really, really good. I have been thinking about it nonstop since I finished it like 2 or 3 days ago. 3 or 4 days ago. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. That's how much I'm thinking about it. Like daily. It crosses my mind daily. Because like I was listening to it and then like some really messed up stuff happens, obviously. Because, you know, it's like it's basically, I think, like a psychological type of horror. But I also think it does for sure have fantastical elements. That's just me though. That's how it like came off to me, but I feel like that part in itself is very much up for interpretation as you digest the book, right? And there's just some parts that happened that were really sad, and I was just like, and some parts I was like, what the frick? Why did that happen? Like, I get why it happened. And I felt like I was blindsided whenever it happened. So, like, if you like psychological horror, mystery, like not knowing what to expect type things, I would definitely read the book. I think I also gave it like 5.5 stars because I just really enjoyed it a lot. And I have not been able to stop thinking about it, which is insane. But yeah, so that is my finished TBR of March. Yay, super exciting. Now we're going to go into honorable mentions and books that I'm carrying over into April. Okay, so if you remember from my March TBR video, I had mentioned Skylark and Powerless. I did not read Powerless. I didn't even rent out the audiobook because it had such a long wait line. I just didn't want to do it. So I, for sure, from the original TBR, finished A Strange Hymn, A Lesson in Vengeance, and I started Lightlark. That was another book that was in March's TBR video. So I started that one in audiobook because I don't know, I just wanted to listen to the audiobook version, but now that I'm kind of listening to it, I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of wish I still had the library book, because then I could just like read it. I don't know. Your girl is weird with how she consumes her books and what way. I think I also just need to like let myself get used to the narrator, because like she's really good. It's just I don't think I've heard her narrate anything before, so my brain's just like unfamiliar. What? So yeah, So yeah, super fun, super exciting. So I'm carrying that into April, and then I just didn't read Powerless. That's the only book that I really did not, like, just straight up read, I think, if I remember right. I think I do, because I think I had like 4 or 5 books in my March TBR. But yeah, that is it. Eventually I am going to read Powerless, mind you. It's just, I am a mood reader, and it was just one of those things where I was like, it's not happening for me right now. Especially since I had so much like YA on my TBR to begin with. Like with Lightlark and A Lesson in Vengeance. So, yeah, that is it for all of that stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a little thumbs up, likey. If like there's a book that like I've mentioned that you've read and also enjoyed, let's have a little discussion in the comments below. And if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. But yes, I will be posting the April TBR here very soon. Honestly, probably I'm going to record that here in just a second. Probably, most likely. Or I might wait. I don't know. It's literally the first day of the month. We'll see where it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked me enough to stick around. Super fun, super exciting. I try to keep it pretty chill in here. And I'll see you guys around. So yeah, thanks. Bye.